with tough times, sometimes we may not have the motivation to start a task or activity due to our mood. So what can we do? Well, joining us to offer tips on motivation and goal setting related to depression is licensed mental health counselor Samantha Stevenson with McNulty Counseling and Wellness. Welcome to Bloom, Samantha.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Oh, we're so glad you're here because, you know, a lot of folks are depressed right now. They're feeling really down, and that might make motivation a real challenge. So what can we do?
Well, even when we're experiencing some sort of symptoms of depression, or even if we have low energy or mood, it's really helpful to kind of set those goals. And it's really important that those goals be really specific. So when we're setting out to have something be completed, like we know exactly what we want to be able to do. Because when we set something that's really vague, we're kind of like twiddling our thumbs. What am I going to do today? What's fun? What do I have to do today? So if we have exactly what we want and when we're going to do it and what the time or the day, it's a lot easier to do it when that time comes if we're kind of struggling in that moment.
Would you actually write down these goals? Would you say? Yeah, absolutely.
Because if it's written down, then it keeps us even more accountable to like following through on completing that task or activity. Where if it's just kind of in our head, it's like, oh, we'll forget about it later on in the week. So definitely write them down.
And maybe not start with too many goals, because that can probably be overwhelming. If you start feeling terrible about yourself that you can't complete the goals.
Right. So I would suggest starting with maybe 2 or 3 for the week, setting some short-term ones in there. So what are some things that need to be done today, and then what are ones that can be done 2 days from now, and then even like a long-term one. So what needs to complete it by the end of the week or 3 to 4 days from now. So it's not overwhelming and even more daunting if we're already experiencing those symptoms of being pretty depressed or overwhelmed or stressed.
And these could be easy goals. Do you have any examples of what people could write down?
Exactly. So I primarily work with adolescents. So if you're working with like schoolwork and everything, so it could be like, well, I need to get 3 of these assignments done by Friday. It could be laundry related. So maybe I need to get 1 load of laundry done by Wednesday and then another load done by Friday. Really simple, really easy, and sometimes we take for granted how easy those goals can be because we don't think about it when we're pretty down or depressed or stressed. So
yeah, and when you're feeling down and depressed, sometimes, you know, a lot of people describe that it's hard to even get up and get out of the bed. So, you know, what steps can people are feeling that pulled down? What can they do to lift up just to start the first goal?
So it might be even easier to break it down into the smallest of steps that could possibly be done, or even just starting your day off with something that's enjoyable, whether it be going for a walk, maybe starting your day with some exercise or meditation, or making like your favorite breakfast, like as simple as that, like just to kind of get yourself like energized and like, oh, I really enjoy that. This is going to make my day a little bit better. Just start it off and get like started on the right foot.
Now, when you say starting on the right foot, would you say that, you know, because we talk about this, like a little bit of walking around, just getting, you know, getting out there if you can safely, and does that help with
like tell them what you want to be able to do and have them help you be accountable for those things, because once we start telling people like, oh, this is what I want to do, have them check in with you every once in a while and be like, oh, did you get to do that? And then if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, don't beat yourself up about it. Just set a new goal to get that accomplished just another time.
Any self-care tips that you have for us?
Definitely. Maybe start your day with the walk, or maybe it's something like drawing, painting, or baking, journaling, anything that you really enjoy to kind of get your day going and that kind of positive thing. And then if you did have some goal that you want to achieve, give yourself a little break, a self-care break, to like say, yes, I did it, I'm super proud, like treating yourself to a coffee someplace, or a treat or a special meal, or anything really like that, so that you get to kind of say like, I'm really proud I did that, and this is how I'm going to reward myself for doing it.
Well, I'm really appreciative that you were able to break it down for us like that, because when you talk about goals and motivation, people get intimidated, but these are easy steps that I think we can all get started with. So thank you so much, and you can visit Samantha's website at McNultyCounseling.com. We really appreciate you, Samantha.
Thank you for having me again.
All right, we'll be back with more Bloom right after this.